So students, we will today take the practical number 10, and the aim of the practical is to dissect a flower so as to show its floral whorls, right? We are also going to see the reproductive whorls of the flower as well as the accessory whorls of the flower. We all know that it is a reproducing unit of a plant, and so this reproducing unit of a plant we are going to study in detail. For the studies or to see all those different parts of the plants, we are going to need a few things which will aid us to do the dissection. First is of course a dissection box. We are going to need several instruments from the dissection box. We need our slides, we need cover slips, we need the flowers, right? At present I have hibiscus flowers with me. You can also try the dissection at home with different flowers available in your locality, and you can also use your mobile lenses as a microscope, right? When you dissect the flower, you can use your mobiles, the cameras of your mobiles, to see the different whorls of the flower under the microscope, correct? We need a dissecting microscope, right? The dissected material would be observed under a dissecting microscope. So let us begin with the experiment, or let us begin with the dissection. Now this is a flower of hibiscus, and in this flower of hibiscus, as and how I am going to dissect the flower, I am going to make an arrangement of the same in the in our dissection tray. So children, you can see that I have a dissecting tray here. I have put a white sheet so that whatever I am going to display is going to be highlighted, right? So let us see the parts of the flower. This is the part of the flower, right? We know it as a stalk, or it is called as pedicel, right? The next is the apicalyx. The hibiscus flower shows 5 to 7 apicalyx, right? Then the next part of the flower that you see is the calyx, right? Calyx is made up of sepals, and here in this case we see that the sepals are fused, and so it is called as a gamosepalous condition. Then we can see the petals of the flowers, right? Beautiful colored petals of the flowers can be seen. In the center you can see a reproductive or essential whorl of the flower, that is, you can see the anthers as well as the androeciums and the gynoeciums together. Now we are going to dissect it slowly to study each and every whorl of the flower. So I am going to use my dissecting needle, a plastic needle, to perform these dissections. You can also try it with the blade or the scalpel, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to give a cut here in the calyx, and with the help of my hands I am going to remove the outermost whorl of the flower, and this outermost whorl of the flower is the calyx. Calyx is made up of single units which are called as sepals, and the sepals are fused, and so this is called as a gamosepalous condition. So I am going to put the sepals down in my dissection tray, right? So that is the first floral whorl that I took out, right? So that is the calyx. Then if you see the next whorl, it is made up of petals, and the petals are not attached to each other, and this show a twisted type of aestivation, right? So I am going to remove the petals one by one. They are twisted, right, around each other. So that is the first petal that goes down on my dissection tray, right? So I will put it this way so that it stays down. A second petal here, the third one, the fourth one, right? You can see the petals are large and they are colorful, right? So you have different colored hibiscus flowers, but a red colored simple hibiscus flower is an ideal material for the dissection of flower. It is also available during your exam time, so better use the flower to perform dissections. Now the floral whorl that I have in hand is the male and female part of the flower. The male part of the flower, that is the androecium, right? There are several anthers or several stamens here, and all the stamens join together to form a androecium whorl, a whorl of androecium, right? You can see a tube or androecium tube being formed, correct? So I am going to remove this mono, or you can say that it is a monoadelphous condition, where all the stamens fuse together to join together to form a tubular structure or androecium tube that is formed. Now I am trying to cut through this androecium tube with the help of my same needle, and I am going to see to it that I am going to do it slowly so that the inner part of the flower does not get hurt, correct? So I am going to slowly remove the androecial whorl here. And I am slowly going to pull it out. So I have got both the whorls intact here. So that is monoadelphous condition of the stamens around here. You can put it down on your dissection tray and you can put a label as the androecial whorl, correct? And at present, right in my hand is the female part of the flower, right? I purposely held it upside down so that I will be able to show you the different parts. So that is the ovary. This particular tube-like structure is the style, and we have free 5 stigmas at the top, correct? So that is the female part of the flower. The stigma receives the pollen grain. The pollen tube is sent through this style and then it enters into the ovary, right, for the process of fertilization. Now I am supposed to display the floral whorls like this, and then I have to observe some of the floral whorls in detail, correct? For that I am going to take a TS of ovary, right? So to take a TS of ovary, what I am going to do is I am going to use a slide. So I am placing a slide on a beaker so that you will be able to see the process, right? Now I am going to hold the flower upside down, right? I will discard the bottom part of the ovary. I will put down in my dissection tray, and now I am going to take a transverse section of this ovaries. Hold it in between 2 fingers and see to it that you do not hurt your fingers in the process. So you take a TS of the ovary. See to it that you have thinner sections, and I am going to place it on my slide. Hibiscus flower is a sticky flower. You will have to use an aid to separate those things from your finger, right? So the section appears to be thick. I am going to get some more thinner sections. So I will take as many sections as possible. I have placed the rest of the female part on the in the tray, and the most appropriate section I am trying to put it on the slide, correct? And now I have to observe it under microscope. Before I do that, I also take some more slides, right? This is the first slide that I have prepared. we'll put it on a standby. Now let us prepare a second slide where we are going to install, or we are going to put some another floral wall, right? So those are the stamens or male part of the flower, right? It will have a stigma, it is having a filament and an anther. The anther is already, anthesis has taken place. So you can place one or more anthers on the slide. And we are supposed to watch the pollen grains, that is the male gamete, right? So we have placed some few anthers there. I am trying to get it separate so that we can watch each and every stamen for the detail. Right? Now we are going to observe it under a dissecting microscope. So children, now you can see the TS of ovary here, right? You can see this ovary wall, the outermost wall of the ovary. You can see partitions here, and those partitions are called locules. So you can see the partitions here, and you can see the ovules inside it. You can see egg-like structures inside. Those are the ovules. Inside this, the egg of the female or the female gamete lies, and you can see that the ovules are attached at the center of the ovary, and this is called as the axial placentation, right? So this is a part of the plant which is going to give rise to a fruit, and these ovules are going to get converted into a seed. You can see the male part of the flower, that is the stamens, a single stamen. This is the filament. This part is called as anther. It is monoadelphous anther, and if you tease the anther, you can see the pollen grains, and these are the male gametes, right? So you can do the same at your home and observe it. I need to show you one more thing now. Okay, now this is the female part of the flower. You can see the stigmas here, and you can also see the deposition of the pollen grains on the stigma, correct? So can you see the pollen grains being deposited on the stigma, correct? So this is the female part, the receiver part of the female part of the flower. So children, at the end of the dissection, your dissection tray must show calyx. A calyx which is made up of sepals, single units are called as sepals. Corolla, which is the single unit, is made up of petals. The pedicel, that is the stalk of the flower. This is the epicalyx. The female part of the flower called gynoecium, ovary, style and stigma, androecial whorl, and a single stamen of it, which we have observed. So you also need to prepare 3 slides, right? Number 1 slide, that was, and number 2 slide, and we also saw the stigma under the microscope.